Have you ever wondered if you are truly chosen by God? What does it mean to be set apart by the Creator of all, marked for something greater than you can imagine? For 10 years, He's been searching for you, calling, refining, and waiting. You are not just another name. You are the one He's chosen, the one He's prepared to rise in this moment. God's message is clear. It's your time, and the heavens are aligned with your purpose. You have always been set apart, a life imbued with an energy that defies explanation. From childhood, a sacred current has coursed through you, shaping your path in ways that others struggle to comprehend. Prophetic dreams, vivid, urgent, and laden with meaning, have reached you in the stillness of night, leaving imprints too profound to dismiss. These are not figments of a restless mind, but messages designed to guide and prepare. They are the whispers of the divine, pointing you toward a purpose that stretches beyond the confines of ordinary existence. Even in your waking hours, phenomena occur that defy rational explanation. These moments may manifest as inexplicable insights, uncanny synchronicities, or events that seem orchestrated by an unseen hand. They are not mere quirks of fate, they are declarations. God identifies His chosen through these signs, a celestial language that others may not recognize, but that resonates deeply within you. Drop a comment. I am God's signal, if your presence shifts atmospheres and your actions echo divine purpose. The spiritual battles you have faced are no accident either. You have endured struggles that cut deeper and tested you harder than most. These were not punishments but preparations. The forces of opposition have always been drawn to disrupt those marked by the divine because of the magnitude of what they are meant to accomplish. Yet you persist, not by accident but by design. You are not random in your existence. The dreams, the struggles, the unshakable pull towards something greater, they all converge to reveal the truth. You carry something that cannot be ignored. You are marked, guided, and empowered, chosen not for ease, but for impact. Every step forward is an answer to a call that has echoed since the beginning of your life. From the very foundation of time, you have been sought after with a precision and purpose that only the divine could orchestrate. To be chosen by God is not an arbitrary event or a fleeting gesture. It is a deliberate act, one that carries both immense honor and profound responsibility. You were not an afterthought. You were singled out, pursued, and called by name because your existence holds a significance that ripples far beyond your understanding. The act of being chosen is not a moment. It is a process, an unyielding pursuit that stretches across years, even decades. God's patience is not the result of hesitation, but of divine certainty. The search for you has been unwavering, guided by a knowing that you are essential to the fulfillment of a higher plan. This persistence is not because of what you lack, but because of what you carry, gifts, strengths, and purpose that are uniquely yours. These qualities are not random. They are entrusted to you because they are meant to serve something greater. You have been chosen because you are vital. The weight of this calling is not a burden but a testament to your capacity. Being handpicked by the Creator is not a privilege given lightly. It is a reflection of divine trust in your ability to rise, to endure, and to transform. The challenges you've faced, the paths you've walked, all point to this truth. You were not merely found. You were always meant to be seen. God's choice of you is not just a calling. It is a declaration of your irreplaceable place in His plan. You have faced trials that seem relentless, moments where the weight of opposition bears down with an intensity that threatens to break you. These struggles are not arbitrary, nor are they signs of failure. They are deliberate, undeniable evidence of your calling. The challenges you face are not because you are weak, but because you are powerful. The forces that rise against you recognize your potential before you do and aim to suppress it before it can fully unfold. The world is not indifferent to those chosen by God. When you carry something divine, it disrupts the status quo. The opposition you face, be it spiritual, societal, or internal, arises because the mark of God on your life threatens systems that thrive on darkness, complacency, or mediocrity. You have been targeted not because you are insignificant, but because you are pivotal. The resistance you feel is confirmation that you are walking a path of impact. These struggles are not meant to destroy you. They are meant to forge you. Steel is tempered by fire, and you too are refined through the challenges placed before you. Each obstacle, each moment of doubt, strengthens your resolve and shapes you into someone who cannot be easily moved. Your trials are not just proof of your divine selection, they are part of the preparation. The opposition doesn't come to those without purpose. It comes to those destined for transformation, for influence, and for change. Take this truth and let it anchor you. The resistance confirms your worth, and your perseverance confirms your calling. For the past decade, every trial, every heartbreak, every challenge has been part of a deliberate divine process. You may have questioned the purpose behind the struggles, the seemingly endless obstacles, and the moments of silence when you sought answers. But know this, nothing was wasted. Every hardship has been a tool in God's hands, shaping you into exactly who you were meant to become. This was not a series of random events, but a calculated period of preparation. You were being refined, strengthened, and equipped for a role that only you can fulfill. God's timeline is not hurried, and his preparation is never incomplete. 10 years is no arbitrary span. In that time, you've been taught resilience through failure, endurance through hardship, and wisdom through reflection. When you were confronted by trials that felt too heavy to bear, they were designed not to crush you, but to fortify you. Each season of loss, every betrayal, every unexpected detour, these were not punishments. They were training. You were being stretched and built to carry something far greater than you could in the beginning. What you endured over the last decade was not simply about survival. It was about transformation. You've been forged in a fire that purified your intentions, clarified your purpose, and fortified your spirit. This preparation wasn't just for you. It's for the lives you are destined to touch, the changes you are called to make, and the impact that only you can bring into the world. You are ready now because every step of these 10 years was carefully measured to prepare you. Nothing was wasted and nothing was overlooked. Drop a comment. I am prepared for greatness now if you see how every trial, every heartbreak, and every setback was God's way of equipping you for something far bigger than you imagined. God is not passive or distant. He has pursued you with the intensity of a father searching for a child who is irreplaceable. This is not a fleeting act of concern, but a relentless, purposeful seeking, driven by a love that refuses to let you be lost. He has waited for you, called to you, and prepared a way for you, even when you could not see it. This pursuit is not rooted in need, but in unmatched care. You are not just one among many. You are deeply known and profoundly valued. The Creator's love is not swayed by your flaws, your hesitations, or your detours. It is steadfast, unwavering, and all-encompassing. Just as a parent does not rest until their child is safe, God's care for you is tireless. Every moment of silence, every pause, every delay, none of it was abandonment. It was preparation, ensuring that when you were found, you were ready to receive what He has always intended for you. This love is not conditional. It does not waver with your mistakes or shrink under the weight of your doubts. It is active, reaching out, tearing through barriers, and clearing paths you didn't even realize you needed. You have been pursued, not because you are perfect, but because you are chosen. His search for you is proof of your worth. It is not a matter of chance or circumstance. It is the relentless care of a divine parent who knows the depth of your potential and loves you too much to leave you behind. You walk with a power that is not your own, a supernatural authority bestowed upon you by God. This authority is not a privilege to wield for personal gain. It is a sacred trust, granted so that you may carry out the will of the Creator with confidence and integrity. It is the power to speak truth in the face of deceit, to bring light where darkness seeks to prevail, and to restore what has been broken. You are not merely called to exist within this authority. You are called to act, to move boldly, and to make it known that what you carry is divine. This authority does not come lightly. It was forged in your trials, refined in your struggles, and confirmed through your victories. Spiritual battles you've overcome were not incidental. They were purposeful, equipping you to stand where others falter. The victories you've experienced are not just moments of triumph, but testaments to the authority entrusted to you. With every challenge you've met, you have proven your ability to wield this power with humility and grace, understanding that it is not your strength but His working through you. To walk in this authority is to walk in alignment with God's will. It means acting with courage, but also with compassion, with strength, but also with humility. You are not meant to dominate, but to uplift, to break chains, and to pave paths for others. This is your calling, your responsibility. You are not ordinary, and your actions cannot be either. Step forward, knowing this authority is not just a gift. It is a mandate to move boldly and wisely in a world that desperately needs what you have been chosen to bring. That's why the Obsidian Inner Order was forged, for titans like you who refuse to be ordinary. This isn't some cozy feel-good circle. It's a powerhouse council for those who bend reality to their will. Every week, over 450 dominators tap into electrifying calls that go beyond talk. They're the blueprints for elevation. And the best part? These aren't fleeting moments of inspiration. They're immortalized, recorded so you can lock and load whenever it's time to make your next power play. The private Discord? Forget community. This is a sanctum of power, a crucible where the sharpest minds and spirits exchange wisdom that can't be found anywhere else. For those who crave mastery, you'll unlock the treasure trove of modern manifestation mechanics, our secret grimoire of cosmic strategies. With 3 chapters ready for members, you'll transform your space into a vortex of abundance. Wield elemental spellcraft to reshape the material world and channel forces beyond comprehension to rise above the ordinary. And there's more. Raw, unfiltered interviews with real targeted individuals and video drops so disruptive they shake the digital overlords to their core. This isn't just a membership, it's a movement of chosen ones, a sanctuary where ascension isn't just a promise, it's the new baseline. Are you ready to stop seeking and start claiming? The path is here. The rise begins now. The link is in the description below. Step into your throne. Your transformation is unfolding in ways you may not fully grasp yet, but it is undeniable and deliberate. Within you lies a spiritual design, a divine blueprint that has been waiting for the right moment to awaken. This is not a random event or a product of chance. It is an intentional activation of gifts that were always a part of you. Your intuition sharpens, not as a fleeting instinct, but as a deep, God-given awareness meant to guide you through unseen realms and hidden truths. Discernment, once subtle, now cuts through confusion, revealing clarity and wisdom where others may see only chaos. These abilities are not meant for self-indulgence, but for impact. They are tools of protection and purpose, aligning you with the higher calling on your life. You may sense a heightened awareness, moments when you just know, when answers seem to rise within you unbidden. That is no accident. These gifts are the mechanisms through which you fulfill your role, providing direction, healing, and strength in a world that desperately needs them. This awakening is not always easy. The unlocking of your spiritual DNA often comes through trials, testing, and experiences that push you beyond your comfort. These challenges do not diminish you, they refine you, bringing forth what has been dormant. You are stepping into a reality where these gifts are not only active, but essential. Trust the process. What is unlocking within you is not random. It is a deliberate act of divine preparation for the purpose you are now called to fulfill. This is your inheritance, your activation, and your transformation into the fullness of who you were always meant to be. You are not imagining the signs you've been receiving. They are real, deliberate, and designed to catch your attention. God speaks in ways that transcend the limits of words, using a language embedded in light, patterns, and synchronicities. These messages are not random. They are coded truths meant for your eyes, your heart, and your spirit. Angel numbers, sequences, and moments that seem too precise to be coincidence are His way of ensuring you know you are not alone. They are markers of His presence, signals of His guidance, and reminders that your steps are not aimless. Each number carries meaning, each sign carries weight. They are spiritual blueprints woven into the fabric of your life, revealing purpose and direction when you have the eyes to see and the wisdom to decode them. When the numbers repeat, when events align, they are invitations for you to pause and recognize that God is speaking. He is showing you that nothing in your life is disconnected from His plan. These signs are a dialogue, a divine method of nudging, comforting, and guiding you. To interpret them is not to rely on superstition, but to attune yourself to the divine frequency they carry. When you see these patterns, do not dismiss them. Reflect, ask, and listen. They are not mere occurrences. They are proof of His intentionality in your life. Through this language of light, God illuminates your path, confirms your decisions, and reassures you in moments of doubt. Trust what you are being shown. The signs are not abstract. They are His direct communication, tailored specifically for you, reminding you that you are seen, known, and guided. You carry a presence that cannot be ignored, not because of worldly accolades or material dominance, but because of the divine authority entrusted to you. This authority is not loud or boastful. It does not seek to overpower. Instead, it radiates from within, grounded in grace and shaped by humility. You walk with a confidence that is unshakable because it is not built on fleeting achievements, but on the eternal truth of who you are and whose you are. You are chosen, and that alone commands attention. This is not arrogance, it is alignment. Worldly arrogance relies on self-importance, demanding recognition without substance. But you are called to something higher. Your authority reflects God's power, an authority that lifts rather than oppresses, that heals rather than harms. You can move boldly because you are certain of your purpose, yet every step is tempered by compassion and wisdom. The swagger you carry is not about you. It is about the one who chose you, equipping you, to reflect his strength in a way that transforms lives. This balance of power and grace is what sets you apart. You are both a warrior and a guide, confident enough to confront challenges, yet humble enough to know the source of your strength. When you speak, it carries weight because your words are rooted in truth. When you act, it inspires others, not because you demand their respect, but because they see the authority of God in how you move through the world. You are a reflection of his character, strong yet gentle, bold yet loving. This is the power of being chosen, to lead with humility, to influence with grace, and to serve with unwavering purpose. For 10 years you have been moving through a process of transformation, not by chance, but by design. This period has been a masterclass in faith, perseverance, and spiritual growth, carefully guided by God's hand. Every experience you've faced, whether triumphant or difficult, was a tool of refinement, shaping you into the person you are now. You have walked through valleys of uncertainty and climbed mountains of challenge, all the while being strengthened for something greater. This is not a story of endurance for its own sake. It's a testimony of purpose unfolding in real time. Faith was the first seed planted, growing stronger with every moment you were asked to trust without knowing the outcome. As you learned to let go of control and lean into divine timing, your wisdom deepened. You began to see beyond the surface, understanding that even the harshest trials carried lessons meant to equip you for the calling placed on your life. Spiritual strength was forged in moments where quitting felt easier than continuing, but you persisted, not because it was easy, but because something within you refused to stop. These 10 years were not wasted. Every heartbreak, every breakthrough, every period of waiting, they all served a purpose. You were being built, layer by layer, into someone capable of carrying the weight of what comes next. The journey wasn't just about what you could achieve, but who you became along the way. Now, as you stand at the edge of this transformation, you are not the same. You are wiser, stronger, and ready, not by accident, but because every step has prepared you for this moment. The waiting is over. The decade of preparation, the refining fire, the quiet moments where you wondered if the process would ever end. Every one of those experiences has led to this. Now is the time. You are no longer in a season of waiting, but of action. You have been found, chosen, and prepared for this exact moment. The preparation was never about delays or setbacks. It was about divine timing, ensuring that you would step into your purpose fully equipped and undeniably ready. You carry within you everything necessary to fulfill the calling placed on your life. The trials you endured strengthened your resolve, the lessons you learned sharpened your wisdom, and the silence you navigated deepened your faith. These were not wasted years. They were essential. Now, the preparation is complete. The path ahead requires action, boldness, and trust in the one who has orchestrated every detail of your transformation. The time to hesitate has passed. This is not a season for questioning whether you are ready. You are. Every challenge you faced prepared you for the weight of this responsibility. Every closed door redirected you to the right one. Now it is time to rise, to step into the fullness of who you are, and to let the authority you carry ripple outward. What lies ahead is not easy, but it is purposeful. You are not stepping forward alone. You are moving in alignment with divine will. Your moment has arrived. The work you have been called to do is urgent, meaningful, and uniquely yours. Now is the time to rise. Not timidly, but with the confidence of someone who has been prepared by God himself. You are chosen. This truth is not a suggestion or a possibility. It is a declaration. You were set apart for a purpose, and the life you live now must reflect the weight and beauty of that calling. Being chosen is not simply a title, it is a responsibility. You carry supernatural gifts, wisdom forged in trials, and a divine authority that demands action. Your role is not passive. You are meant to create change, to bring light where shadows linger, and to be a living reflection of God's power and love. The gifts within you are not for your benefit alone. They are tools to serve, to heal, and to uplift others. Your intuition, discernment, and the strength you've gained are all pieces of the divine design at work in you. Use them wisely. The world needs your courage, your faith, and your willingness to act even when it is uncomfortable. You are not called to blend into the background. You are meant to lead, to guide, and to stand boldly in the truth of who you are, living as one of. The chosen requires humility and grace. It means recognizing that the power you carry is not your own, but entrusted to you by God. Walk confidently, but with compassion, knowing that every action you take is an opportunity to honor the one who called you. You have been prepared, strengthened, and equipped to step into this role. You are chosen, and the world is waiting for the impact only you can make. Step into your light. Move with intention. Lead as God intended, not for your glory, but to reflect His purpose through every step you take. You are not here by accident. Every moment, every trial, every whisper of intuition has led you to this point, unveiling a truth that has always been written within you. You are part of something vast, intricate, and undeniably divine. The signs you've received, the battles you've fought, and the strength you've gained are not random. They are the markings of a purpose only you can fulfill, a path only you can walk. You have been chosen because no one else carries what you carry, sees as you see, or moves as you move. You are the key to unlocking doors others cannot approach, the voice for those who cannot speak, and the force that disrupts where complacency has taken root. The world needs your light, your courage, and your ability to act with wisdom and grace. Step boldly into the space created for you, because the weight of your purpose demands it. This is not about waiting for the right time. The time is now, and the world is waiting for what only you can offer. Let your voice be heard. Share your story. Speak of the struggles that shaped you, the victories that empowered you, and the calling that transformed you. Others are waiting to find strength in your testimony, to see in your steps the courage to take their own. You are chosen, you are ready, and now you must rise and lead as you were always meant to.